Good morning. This morning I'm out in the printing porch. A lot of people are surprised to hear that I do my own printing, but I do, and I do it outside in this teeny tiny little porch, which, sorry, you can't really see my head, but it's not very big, and that's as far back as I could get the camera to go. So yeah, this was kind of a thing that I learned over the winter, was how to print. There are kind of two components to it. Well, three, I guess. First, you got to learn how to make a screen, which is a whole art in and of itself. And then you got to learn how to do the swipe that I'm doing here, because it takes a lot of feel. And then you got to figure out how to cure the inks so they don't wash out. So the process is, first I print the logos on, and then I hang them up on a rack I have here to dry. I'm working on the Zip Hoodies today. Yes, they're still coming, but they should be ready to purchase this weekend at the Minden Farmers Market. And then I have a process of a combination of heat gun and industrial iron to cure the ink. So I use water-based ink, so if you come and feel any of my stuff, you'll notice that it feels very soft. It's not like thick and plasticky the way that a lot of prints are. I ended up using water-based ink just because it's a lot easier for cleanup, because obviously I'm on a septic system here and I can't just be washing everything down the drain. So when you're curing water-based paint or ink, what you have to do basically is make all the water evaporate, because the water is just the agent that carries the ink for you. So thankfully, my supplier in Toronto that I get all my inks and this fancy little printing press from gave me lots of really great advice, because they're used to dealing with, you know, small one-horse in-house or in-porch operations like mine. And here we are. We have beautiful prints coming out which are washable and will last for the life of your garment. And they're all done right here in Haliburton, Ontario. The main difference between the way I print and the way that pretty much every other garment on earth is printed is that I print just the back right first, because I just find that a lot simpler, and then I sew the garment together after it has been printed. The reason I print out in a porch here is because obviously paints have fumes, right? So same as if you're painting your house, you want to, you know, open a couple of windows while those paint fumes are subsiding. So the actual printing process, what I'm doing right now, isn't terrible. I like to wear goggles just because I'm a scratcher and a poker, and I don't want to stick a finger in my eye when I have paint on it by accident and make myself go blind or something. So this part isn't particularly harmful in terms of the air, but once you're curing the inks and all that water is evaporating, that's when there are a lot of fumes in the air. So obviously in a facility, they would have proper ventilation, and their staff would also, of course, should be wearing proper breathing protection. So I like to print out here just because then my house doesn't fill up with fumes. But I also, when I'm curing, I also wear a mask and goggles to make sure that I don't damage my lungs. So it's lovely to be out here in the open air on a beautiful, dappled, sunny morning, as you can see, getting some work done.